chilly good morning from me. My very last day at work. 5:30 in the morning, -8, and forecasted heavy snow. So going out with a bang. Happy day, but also quite an emotional day as well. So different type of video for me today. So hopefully you'll stick around and share my last day work with us. Going to talk about a few of the very spooky things that have happened to us while I've been in here, and I've seen and I've heard quite a few things over the years. So for the last time, opening up. It's always strange walking down here when you're by yourself. Normally I come in the afternoon, the place is alive with children and teachers in and out, but so I'm filming very early this morning, obviously before any of the children get in. It would have been really nice to get some of the teachers on like as well, but either way, it is what it is. There is supposed to be at least one ghost in the school. The one I've heard about is the little girl that is constantly walking up and down the corridors looking for a classroom. I've never seen her before, thank goodness. I've heard, whether it's her or not, I don't know, but I've heard lots of things. I've heard footsteps, I've heard things being knocked over. But the worst one was in the infant school. Walked into one of the classrooms, pitch black, turned the lights on, walked out the classroom, and as I got about 10 yards away, all of a sudden there was one almighty crash. So I mean, I really jumped. Now, again, you might turn around and think, oh, you must have brushed past something, you must have knocked something. The wind of your coat as you walked by knocked something off balance. I was nowhere near anything. So to this day, I don't know what that was. But let's put it this way, I didn't go back to find out. I've had quite a few turns while I've been in here. I can look back and laugh about them now, but at the time, when it's dark and there's nobody else in the school and you're totally by yourself, it gives you a bit of a shock. Well, that's one school opened up. Jump in my car, drive around the other school and open that up. Well, the temperature's going up, -7. So for the last time. It doesn't seem 2 minutes ago I was coming here for the first time. 7 years ago. Where's the time gone? Always nice to get all the lights on. Classrooms This is the one I never hang about in. Always cold. All the other classrooms can be really warm from the previous day. This one is always cold. So I'm putting the heater on. I'm opening up the emergency door and I'm getting out ASAP. When you are doing these jobs, one thing you can hear, and you always hear it when you're by yourself, is in the roof. We've had mice, we've had squirrels before. I'll tell you something, when you got one of them in the ceiling running about, it's like there's an Alsatian on the loose up there. So when you're by yourself, you don't hang around too long. One thing that always freaked me out is toilets down there on every corridor. Only happens in the junior school. When you're in here by yourself, whether it's early morning, whether it's when you're locking up, when everybody else is gone, or whether it's in the holiday time, something always happened. In the toilets we've got hand dryers, which obviously activate when people put their hands underneath them. The amount of times I've been here by myself, walked past one of the toilets and the hand dryer activated. The first time it happened, I thought, oh, one of the teachers must have come in early. So I walked into the toilet and there was nobody there. Now you might turn around and say, well, I know what's happened there. A spider's crawled inside, a cobweb, bit of fluff, something like that, as in it's just activating it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell myself like an all. Until it happened again and again. Always when I'm by myself. It only ever happens when I'm by myself. When you're walking down the corridor and just as you get beside the toilet, the hand dryer starts going by itself. The other thing is the printer. There's a big printing machine next to the office. The amount of times I've come in at 6 o'clock, turned the alarm off, and I'm just walking past the printer, then all of a sudden the printer will start printing out paper. Now this is 6 o'clock in the morning and the last teacher went at 6 o'clock at night. So yeah, so was it a ghost? I don't know, it was something. Maybe if you've had an experience like that, write down in the comment below. I'd be very interested to hear your experience of things like that as well. Place to hide the lights. remember my very first day coming in here, pitch black, trying to find the lights. I looked everywhere for them, ended up having to come in the dark. Infant staff room, and both staff rooms have got very spooky memories for me. This one here, I remember being in the summer holders with my grandson. Only the two of us in. There had been some contractors in and they left a big dust sheet across the stairs. We had some loo time standing, thinking about going early. I said we'll have a quick 5 minutes. Sat down, just having a cup of tea, and then we heard the dust sheet move. And it was a great big thick dust sheet. So if somebody knocked it or something, you could hear it. But somebody moved it, and we heard footsteps coming up the stairs. So we both looked at each other and said, oh, right, somebody must have come in. So I got up, went to the door, opened the door, looked down there, and there was nobody there. So I thought, oh, they must have come up here. Had a look here, down there, not a soul about. And I tell you something, both me and my grandson just looked at each other, and I said to my grandson, I think it's time we went home there now for the day. We've done enough. There was definitely nobody in, because what we did was we went downstairs, I set the alarm, I locked the school. If anybody had been in here, the alarm would have went off. And I stood outside for about 5 minutes listening for it to go off, just in case there was a teacher come in. No alarm went off. So that really gave me a jolt, did it not? Yes, it's a bit cold this morning, but I'm really going to miss coming in, especially the summer mornings. Early doors, seeing the foxes playing out on the school field, the squirrels running about, and we'll also see a couple of rabbits as well. Yes, I'm going to miss that. The staff room in the juniors holds funny memories for us there now. Again, when I first started, I remember coming in here, opening up the door and giving the good open. Couldn't find the light here. The light was down there in the corner. So I gave the door a good push, keep it open so the light behind us would shine the way. I walked down the stairs, but unknown to me, behind the door, or some sort of a lino. But when I pushed the door to, I hit the lino, the door bounced off the lino, and as I walked down here, the door shut. So as the door shut, without the light on, me walking towards the light switch over here, it started to get really dark, and all of a sudden the lino, which I wasn't aware of, fell down behind us with one almighty crack. So all I remember is flying in here, into the staff room, thinking, what the hell was that? But I tell you something, if somebody told me a 16-stone man could elevate 3 inches off the ground, I wouldn't have believed them until I actually did it. That was one hell of a shock. Yeah, I can laugh there now. I wasn't at the time. Yeah, it's funny walking down here there now. Seems like 2 minutes ago I was walking down this corridor for the first time. There's been a lot of really nice teachers there. Some that are still here, some that are retired, some that have left and gone to pastures new. But when I first started, 2 in particular really stood out. Miss Fox and Miss Thornborough. Really, really nice to us, which I appreciated at the time, and I still to this day appreciate. So again, lots of happy memories flooding back for me as I'm walking around the school today for the last time. I remember once painting the wall in the infant school in the holders, so again only me in the school. I remember being full of cold, not feeling very well, so I was working, but not as fast as I normally do. All of a sudden I heard this scurrying about in the ceiling, which I assume was mice. Either way, the rest of that wall got painted very, very quickly. I think the biggest shock I ever had when I was here, I'd been here about a year, walking in down this long dark corridor. I went to open up the computer suite, and just sitting down there, I saw a little old lady sat at the computer, dressed in Victorian costume. But that really gave me a shock. I just stared at her. She never moved. My heart was pounding. But I thought, fair enough, I'm just going to ignore this. I'm going to continue on walking down the corridor, opening things up and try not to panic too much. I got about 10 paces down there. I thought, no, there's got to be some sort of explanation for this. It's got to be. So I came back, walked down there again, looked through the window, and she was still sat there. Little old lady, all dressed in black, Victorian gear. I turned around thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? And as I turned around, the window in the library there, they had a photograph of a little old lady, all dressed in Victorian gear. But what I actually saw was the reflection of that little old lady there, reflected into the computer room. Talk about relief. But so I'm pleased I went back, because if I hadn't done, I might not have lasted the 7 years that I have done. One thing I do when I'm at the school, I'm constantly walking between the junior school and then all the way over to the infant school. So in doing that, I'm backwards and forwards every single day, opening up gates, locking gates, fixing problems. Need my boss laughing. I mean, fair enough, I only work 2 days a week, but every day I walk between 10 and 11 miles. Wasn't too keen when you got weather like this and you're shoveling snow and throwing about 1/4 ton of grit all over the playground and the walkways, but like I say, it kept us fit. So I've really enjoyed myself here for the last 7 years, and always nice to walk down one of the corridors and bump into one of the teachers. And over this side, one of my favourites was always Miss Thornborough. Always happy, always smiley, always positive, always a cheery hello when you saw her. You could never imagine her ever being annoyed, angry, upset with anybody. Such a nice person. So things like that I'm going to really miss. And I sometimes think when people are feeling a bit down in the dumps, feeling a little bit blue, it would be nice if you could go to the doctors and get like a week's supply of Miss Thornborough tablets. Take two a day for a week. I'll tell you something, at the end of that week, you'll be feeling absolutely on top of the world. The first day I started by myself, and I was given a set of keys and a list of codes for the alarms, for the doors. I was walked around the school and told basically to get on with it. We've got an alarm panel for the main school. We've also got an alarm panel there. Little did I know at the time that you knock both alarms off there. So when I walk through here, straight away the alarms start going off. And I remember standing in front of that door with a big bunch of keys, trying every single key in, aware that I had about 30 seconds before the alarm went off. Needless to say, the alarm went off. 20 minutes later, all of a sudden there was a bang at the door. 2 policemen were there, wanting to know what the hell I was doing. Oh, what a lovely sight. Still bitterly cold. I got a few things off a few people yesterday. Got a bottle of champagne, I got a big jug of cider, I got vodka, I got, anybody think I'm an alcoholic? I got all sorts yesterday, which was really nice. And but today, one of the teachers, Miss Finn, gave us that, which is from all the children in her class. Now when I got that, all of a sudden I went gulp. It really hit us. That was really nice. So yeah, got a few hours to go yet, but so far having a really good day. Yeah, I know. What do I look like? Well, for the very last time. And basically, that's it. I've got the main gate to lock, and that'll be me. So, welcome to Abbey. 7 years ago, I remember walking in, looking at that sign. 7 years has gone over like 2 minutes. I've really enjoyed the time I've worked here. Met a lot of really nice people. A lot of people I'm going to really miss. So it's a strange sort of time for me, walking out for the last time by myself. I'm looking forward to retirement. I just wish times were different. As I've walked around, thousands of memories have flooded over us. All of them very, very positive. Yeah, welcome to Abbey. Farewell to Abbey for the last time. It's been emotional. Thanks very much for watching. Not my normal type of video, but I do appreciate everybody that takes the time to watch, to click on the like button, and to consider subscribing. Hopefully next time we'll be out in the hills. The final look round. So that's it. Bit of a lump in the throat.